Zimmerman, powered by the law firm of Brown and Crouppen, uncovering the hidden history, pro wrestling patterns, and the stories behind the stories for unapologetic wrestling fanatics. He doesn't just watch wrestling, he decodes it. Here's Brody, Patrico, and Jeremy on the Lou Information Station.
More matches have been announced for WWE Wrestlepalooza and AEW All Out, and can they beat the Brain? All of that and more this week on Wrestling on the Spectrum.
Brody, we have got such an exciting show today. I'm telling you right now, I wish we could have gone on the air yesterday and continued to talk about wrestling. There's so much to get to. Good morning, afternoon, everybody. My name is Tony Patrico. That's Patrico, baby. And we welcome you to contribute today on Wrestling on the Spectrum. 855-282-8255. Also online, you can text over 314-590-3770. And of course, watch us on the YouTube right now, live on demand at louinfo.com. Brody, JC out today. And the best thing about having such a strong faction, speaking in wrestling terms, that we have, when one man goes down, it's the next man up. And we have a very special guest joining us today. Brody, tell the folks who's sitting in with us today.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, he's a familiar face here at 590. He graduated from St. Mary's High School back in 2021. He played basketball. He played for Arsenal Hoops back in the day. He then went on to go to Drake University, a university in Iowa. He's done several pieces, such as Rob Parker. He did a piece on Rob Parker. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, he is a wrestling fanatic. He is Ryan Swingler. How are we, buddy?
I think that's the best intro I've ever had.
Well deserved.
I commend you every time, Brody, because whenever I interview people, I be just like that and give a great introduction. And I love your introduction. So
my favorite thing about Brody is when he introduces people, he usually tells them things about them that they forgot.
Yeah, when he told me that he knows that I played for Arsenal Hoops, I'm like, that's a crazy pull, because I played for them for 2 years, and that's just crazy. I'm like, wow.
Well, flying Ryan Swingler, as I said on the Twitter today, thank you so much for joining us. And like Brody said, you're a wrestling fan. So tell us, when did you become a wrestling fan?
I became a wrestling fan. I remember it. I was playing a video game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my dad, because I have a half brother who's way older than me.
Yeah.
He's 30 something. So
hey, whoa.
My bad.
Man.
He's late 30s. So he had a PlayStation, and I was I think 5 years old, and I played WWE versus what was it? SmackDown versus Raw.
Yep.
And it was 2006, 2007. And it was crazy.
Bro, do you know who was on the cover of that game? I'm sure you probably do.
I think Cena may have been on the cover.
Yep, it was Cena.
Oh, yeah. Cena. Okay, so I'm right there.
Unbelievable. So a video game is what got you into wrestling.
And then one day I just went downstairs, and my dad was watching the game, right? And then I just was going on the guide on TV. And I saw Monday Night Raw. And I was like, oh, Monday Night Raw is on USA? So I just clicked on it, and then I just started watching it.
So if you had to say some of your favorite wrestlers of all time, and I mean, I don't want you to go, this guy's my favorite, but who are some of your favorites?
You know what's crazy? The first name that comes to mind is crazy. John Morrison.
John Morrison is an underrated wrestler.
He's so underrated,
really good.
And he's so underrated. John Morrison, Shawn Michaels, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Randy Orton, because he went to the same high school as my mom.
Wood Central, baby.
Whoop,
Go Hawks.
That's a lot of the older guys, but the new guys I love Bron Breakker.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's been getting way better on the mic each time. So
absolutely. Brody, he mentioned John Morrison. Yeah. John Morrison is one of those guys who I think, with the exception of WCW, obviously, he's been in pretty much every promotion. Yeah. What's your favorite version of John Morrison / Johnny Nitro /
Johnny TV?
Yeah. I mean, he's had 1,000 names.
And I was a kid, so I didn't even know, it didn't click to me for a second that Johnny Nitro and Johnny Morrison was the same guy until I was 9. I was like, oh, it is the same dude.
Yeah.
They look so similar.
So what's your favorite version of John Morrison?
My favorite version of John Morrison is when he was with The Miz, and I thought he was the best guy of the group. I thought John Morrison was going to be the star of that combination. I did not think it was going to be The Miz, and then that all obviously changed. But I thought it was going to be John Morrison because he was the darling of OVW. He was on Tough Enough. He was an OVW darling. John Morrison was supposed to be a mega star in WWE, but he got outshined by The Miz, and sure enough, The Miz, as he would say, had an awesome career.
Yeah. I love the Miz. Too.
Is Miz Hall of Fame worthy?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think he is too. I think he's one of those guys that he's never going to be the headline Hall of Famer.
No.
That, he's not going to lead the card. He's going to be the guy that's like fourth on the list as they're panning down the stage. He's going to be the fourth guy that gets in, but I definitely think he has impacted the wrestling world enough to at least get those Hall of Fame honors.
He's got that face of a frog, and he's so annoying. It makes him so good him so good because his eyes bulge like a frog when he's on the mic. It's great.
A lot of people always say, like, when you're talking about the best wrestlers and those that should get that Hall of Fame honor, Miz is always brought up in that conversation, but people say, hey, he's not the best quote unquote wrestler. Sometimes the personality gets into the Hall of Fame, and I think his definitely does.
He legit made a mid-card title mean something.
He sure did.
He sure did.
Like, it was insane.
Absolutely. And I think his stuff that he did with Damian Sandow was incredible.
Great.
Like that, I know Damian Sandow was like the real true standout during that time, but that doesn't work without a character like the Miz.
No, it doesn't at all.
Yep. Hey, Ryan, are you solely a WWE guy? Are you an AEW, TNA? You're all everything guy?
You know what's crazy? I was at first a WWE guy, and I would just see like TNA show up.
Yeah.
Or I would see like Kurt Angle with all those titles and stuff, and I'd be like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
But then me getting older and just learning more about wrestling, I'm like, yeah, I like AEW.
I have a hot take. I have a hot take here on speaking of Kurt Angle and TNA. Bald, bearded Kurt Angle is the best Kurt Angle.
It's great.
I mean, is the best Kurt Angle. Him doing the moonsault off the top of the cage.
Yeah.
Like that Kurt Angle. I think WWE really missed out having that version of Kurt Angle in the company for sure. Well, I ask you about AEW because AEW has a big show coming up. And, I know last week we had said like, hey, what's going to be on this card? They're not really, we're waiting to see the matches. Brody, we have now got our answer. We're starting to see a full card take place, and it is an exciting pay-per-view that's being built.
An exciting pay-per-view. It's going to be in Toronto, Canada. It's going to be in the Scotiabank Arena. And then, of course, there are 8 matches. So first off, they have a tag team match already booked. Adam Copeland, also he was Edge in WWE, and Christian have reunited, which I applaud Tony Khan for. Great job reuniting Edge and Christian, having them on the pay-per-view in Canada. This is a great decision. And they're going up against the best tag team they have in AEW, FTR, in a tag team match. And, of course, my favorite faction in AEW is the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP. Great job for Tony Khan for bringing that stable in. And then they're going in a trios match, guys, a trios match against Ricochet and GOA, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona. We have a singles match for the AEW TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné and Riho. And then in a coffin match, we have a coffin match that's no disqualifications, no countouts. Winner puts the opponent in the coffin. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley.
Now, before you move on, I know that you are a rules guy. You like rules and matches. It doesn't matter the promotion. You love rules and matches. Yes. Don't you feel like a match like this, though, as long as it's like in the card sparingly, it does do something.
Oh, it's not in the card sparingly. We're going to go over the match in a second. Hold on a second, Tony. Because wait till you get to the next match. This is not a joke, folks. MJF versus Mark Briscoe in a tables and thumbtacks match.
Yeah, but I love that. I think again, because, and the reason I love that is because there are some times where you need this sprinkled in, because a match like that, do you think these two can have an all-out, just straight-up match? I don't believe so.
Yes.
I think MJF...
Mark Briscoe and MJF are two of the best wrestlers in AEW. I have them in my top 5.
Well, I mean, are you upset that MJF is reportedly going to be taking some time off because he took another role in a movie?
I guess he's taking time off to do another role in a movie. I am upset about it because it makes the show worse.
I was going to say, it's tough to push him. It's tough to push him when he's consistently taking, and no knock on him. If somebody offered me a movie, I'm sorry, I'd be taking off on Wrestling in the Spectrum for a few months. Okay. But I mean, it does definitely, I think, hurt the card. It hurts the promotion because he's one of their biggest stars, and they're going to miss him. But I think there are enough people on the roster to step up in his absence. Do you agree?
I do. I do. And of course, we've got couple multi-man matches. Brace yourselves, folks. We got a 4-way match, AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm, the champion, against Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tequila. I can't even pronounce the name.
It's correctly. Like Tequila.
Tequila, yeah. Another fatal 4-way match. No rules, no disqualification, no count out. It's gonna be it's just repetitive, lazy booking on that part, all over the place. it's just going to be a lot of chaos.
You say that, but I don't believe that that's lazy booking. And the reason I say that is because you only have a certain amount of time to highlight some of these stars. And for you to build up the card, you can't have the same championship match over and over and over again. You can't just say one-on-one. And sometimes you have to fit in the talent. And I think that especially with All Out, they're doing a decent job of highlighting and showcasing the talent, not clouding things and not mudding it up. I think that they are doing a good job.
Multiple multi-man matches on the pay-per-views.
Sometimes it's necessary.
It's people are confused. If they are confused when they see multi-man matches, they just are.
But isn't it okay to say that they just tune in just because they want to see an entertaining wrestling match? And isn't that to some people? Now, you also have to remember when we talk, and I would even throw Ryan in on this too. Like, Ryan, would you consider yourself a super fan, or maybe just a little bit below a super fan, or beyond super fan?
I'm higher than a casual.
Okay.
But I'm not like super deep in like for AEW. But
okay.
WWE, I can go pretty far with history.
And when I say to you that there's going to be fatal four ways and tables and thumbtack matches,
that's interesting.
See, it's interesting
to that. It's better for every single match on the card to have a stipulation.
Yeah, I mean, but I agree. I completely agree, and I think sometimes it is lazy booking.
Yeah.
And we see this across all promotions. It's not just solely WWE or AEW.
This is a WWE thing too. A lot of their matches didn't have rules, and the reason that rules are in matches is that the heels can cheat, and it actually has an ability to tell stories where you actually don't have to rely on furniture because wrestlers over rely on furniture.
Mm-hmm.
My rule on furniture is it has to be something that can belong under the ring. We don't see the fire extinguisher enough. Take out the kendo sticks. We don't need a lot of those.
Why are those under the ring?
Fire extinguisher. You know why? Because it makes sense that it's in the arena.
Yeah.
If a wrestler goes crazy, jerk that thing off the wall and use the fire extinguisher. It never makes any sense why they would ever use a kendo stick. Why is that under the ring? It's because we put it there and that's fake. No, it has to have a reason.
I agree with you.
Belongs under the ring.
Yeah.
A table belongs under the ring. A chairs belong under the ring. A ladder belongs under the ring.
A sledgehammer.
Whatever.
Sometimes I'll give you a sledgehammer. Sometimes those bolts when you're putting the ring together. So in your eyes, Brody, it is furniture is fine in matches as long as it makes sense.
Yes.
If all of a sudden they go under the ring and they find, a cattle prod, you're like, why is there a cattle prod underneath the ring? Why is there a cattle
prod under the ring?
Okay.
Unless we're in it has to make sense for why it needs to be under the ring. And if you use it enough to where it's special and it's not overdone, then it means something. But when every single match has no rules and we have blood in all of our matches, mostly AEW, but WWE too, and to a lesser extent, have blood in every single match, it doesn't mean nearly as much anymore. It takes away from the ambiance of wrestling. You lose ambiance when you like you say, wrestling overload.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter. Because if there wasn't a three-way match on every single show, the three-way matches would be a lot more important. Do you know why? Bryan Danielson, Randy Orton, and Batista, that three-way match at WrestleMania was so good.
Yeah.
It's because that was the only one on the show. And it was the only thing that was like rarely we ever saw a three-way match.
I do agree with you that I think that the wrestling crowd and the way they book shows is definitely evolving because before you would see like a WrestleMania pay-per-view or even one of the smaller cards would be a singles match, your tag team championship match, your singles match, and then it would be a fatal four-way or a triple threat match. And now what we're seeing is, again, they're trying to get all of the talent on the card at once because they want to make everybody happy. And unfortunately, I think that throughout the time here, we're seeing them drop the ball a little bit.
And here's the psychology behind triple threat matches. There's a babyface, there's a heel, and then there's another guy who's was a babyface but is turning heel, but he's got a problem with the other heel in the match. So you can tell a story with the third guy also, and the babyface and the heel are going after each other. The babyface should always be the underdog. The heel should never be the underdog in a fatal four-way or a triple threat match. That doesn't make any sense. The fans don't buy into the match unless they have a reason to care about the multi-man match. Then if they care about it more, it makes sense of all the elements and all the parts in it, because it's just like this three-way match for the AEW Unified Championship. Okada's the champion. I think Takeshi's also a heel. And then, I don't know, it says it's got, or that spot's open. Hopefully it's a babyface that we care about, because that would actually mean something, okay? The odds are stacked against him. The deck is stacked against him. How's the babyface going to triumph over the hurdles of a triple threat match? It's supposed to be daunting. Everything.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the build-up.
It's supposed to be daunting. Yeah. And of course, the main event, the Don Callis family banned from ringside. It'll be Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. The AEW World Heavyweight Championship will be the main event of the pay-per-view. That's AEW all out.
Yeah. Do you think with this match they were just looking for a challenger for the championship,
Yes.
and this just happened to fall in? Because
Yep.
I agree with you, and I think again I see this throughout wrestling all the time. After the big story concludes, it's like, where do we go next? And we've seen it with WWE plenty of times in the past 2 years, plenty of times. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. We got a question in the chat, and I love that. And if you want to, all you have to do is go to the YouTube chat. You can go to luinfo.com and you can stream the show. All you got to do is click the watch now button, and you can submit your questions. You can submit your comments. We'd love to see it. And I absolutely love the fact that you can get involved here. Sam says, who's the next AEW wrestler that goes to WWE?
That is a great question. The next, and that's a very good one, by the way. Great wrestling questions. Of course, that's a tough one because I've heard Fletcher sign a new contract with AEW. You never know what's going on with MJF. The next AEW wrestler, Jericho technically could be
I think
going to WWE.
I think that would be my answer. That would be my answer. I want to flip that question to you, Brody. Who is the next AEW wrestler that you would like to see go to the WWE?
I would love to see MJF in WWE. I think we put MJ. Can you imagine MJF in the Intercontinental title picture? We can have him cutting promos with Breaker and Heyman, and we have him in the ring. I think MJF he's got the potential to be a big star in WWE. He's got it in the ring. He's got it on the mic, and I think it would be something where it would be legit. People would be legitimately excited to see him in WWE. I think that's the next move.
Here's my question, though. Is MJF allowed, and I'm not talking name-wise, is MJF allowed to be the MJF he is
that's the only thing
in
I'm
WWE?
nervous about. That's the only thing I'm nervous about.
I think if you have the right wrestlers for him to feud with, great people on the mic, make it work.
Because I think
the right guys to feud with.
he's so, at times, controversial, and he says things that are really get people's attention. Does the WWE, if he goes over there, allow him to do that? You think so?
I do.
Yeah, just imagine a feud with like Logan Paul and MJF.
I mean, that would be great.
Money, I'm
I mean,
you.
the promos alone, they don't even have to wrestle. Just do promos for 5 weeks. I mean, that would be the way to go. Brody, Ryan in the chat room has a comment here, and I want to get your opinion on this. Okay. He said, today wrestling has too many table breaks, too many super kicks, too many factions, too many dives out of the rings, and too many swerves. He says, all things that work if they are done rarely, not in every match, not on every night.
About wrestling that I've heard all day long. That is exactly sums up everything I've said in that one singular statement. If it's done rarely, fans like Ryan, they care about it more. But when you do it too often, it's not special. Yeah. It's not a surprise when a guy goes through the table anymore.
Yeah, and I know Ryan contributes to Sports Illustrated, so this is a man who has studied wrestling, watches it as a fan, not only from the journalistic side, but also just as a fan. So, again, Ryan, thank you guys, and you guys can get involved, luinfo.com, click Watch Now, and then we can, answer your questions. We want you guys to participate in the show. So, Brody, who wins? Is it Hangman or is it Kyle Fletcher?
No, Paige will retain. As much as I would love to see Kyle Fletcher win the match and him and Ospreay battle in Wembley next year for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship and reuniting that feud, giving Fletcher a long reign, and then Ospreay coming off of his injury and beating Fletcher in Wembley. They have such a long storied history together. They will not do that. Instead, Paige will retain, and it'll be, Paige continuing to hold the belt until they can build up a monster heel to beat him. I feel like Fletcher would have been a good heel to build up to beat Paige. They're not going to do it here, obviously, and they're going to have a different heel, maybe MJF down the line to be the one to beat Paige. Because I think Ospreay needs the belt. I think that's the consensus of the Will Ospreay fan base is, please give him the belt. Please, he needs it so badly. Trust this guy to be a main eventer. We are asking for it. We're screaming for it. Tony Khan, I think he needs to deliver on that promise and give Will Ospreay the AEW World Heavyweight Championship in 2026. Trust me, it will improve your business. And
I think that is a fantastic move, and I think it could work out to where maybe down the road we see Fletcher get the belt, and then we get that Fletcher Ospreay championship match.
I agree.
Because me, as somebody who is self-admittedly a casual AEW fan, I would go out of my way to make sure I watch that match. Exactly. And that's kind of how I look at the week in wrestling. Is I literally sit there and go, what is going to make me go out of my way to turn on AEW, to turn on TNA, to turn on WWE? And a match like that is something that will for sure do it. How about this? Sam in the chat room says, can you imagine a Hangman Page versus Drew McIntyre match?
That would not draw a dime. Nobody.
You
would
don't
care
think
about-
so?
No.
I'm gonna be honest.
No.
I'm not really that like attracted to Drew McIntyre.
What?
Like,
Drew's okay.
Like, he's
I don't
okay,
even
but
think
Ryan,
he
you're
is
out of the
you.
faction. All right, Ryan, you lasted what, 25 minutes?
No, I like Drew
Get out.
McIntyre.
like he's cool, but like I don't think it's gonna draw that much promotion.
Oh, I do.
I
I
agree.
love
It's
Drew.
not gonna
No,
draw.
you guys.
Adam
what
Page is
wrong
not a
with
box
you?
office draw.
Well, I'm not talking about Page. Let's just talk McIntyre.
Oh, I think McIntyre could be a draw.
McIntyre is a huge draw. I
McIntyre is
think,
a draw.
and
Page isn't.
he is to me the epitome of I look at a wrestler and I go, who by all accounts shouldn't have succeeded, but through hard work and not giving up, this dude, I mean, remember when he was introduced, he was Vince McMahon's like golden boy.
I respect McIntyre for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I respect his grind and everything to get to where he is. I just don't like, I don't know, maybe it's where he is on the card, but I just don't really watch it.
His matches aren't the wowingest, but his matches with CM Punk are great. I think when Drew's getting something to get a promo about, he's better as a heel.
Oh, he's a great heel.
Foreign menaces in WWE. Drew McIntyre is one of those guys that you could stick into. They have some great foreign menaces in WWE again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I got to admit, WWE's done a great job. Foreign menaces, Gunther, Drew McIntyre. We've got some foreign menaces in WWE again. Oh, that's what you need. You need some of that in wrestling.
Somebody in the chat room here said Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs would be a great addition.
That would be a great addition to WWE. Wardlow with the injury problems, and of course, can't stay healthy. Unfortunately, WWE and him couldn't really. I think he had a tryout with WWE, and they just didn't see anything in him. And I do think Powerhouse Hobbs should go to WWE if he gets the opportunity. I would love to see Powerhouse Hobbs in the WWE. That would be awesome to have him in there. I think that would be awesome. I'm just saying, like, bigger stars that WWE would want. I just don't think Hobbs has been presented as a bigger star, but neither was Shawn Spears and neither was Brian Pillman Jr., but yet WWE has signed those guys up. So maybe they give Hobbs a chance. I don't know.
Before we go to the break, Brody.
Yeah.
MJF versus The Miz.
I love it.
I love it.
Especially Prime Miz.
I've been saying that for years that I would love to see MJF versus
I would
The
love
Miz.
that.
I would love it too. We do have to take a quick break here, but when we come back, I mean, we have Wrestlepalooza to talk about.
Yes.
WWE made a big announcement as well. Plus, we're going to be talking about Worlds Collide, and we're going to try and beat the brain. If you want to get involved, 855-282-8255. And of course, you can get online and watch the show and participate that way at luinfo.com. This is Wrestling on the Spectrum on the Lou Information Station.
Wrestling on the Spectrum with Brody the Brain Herman, JC and Patrico on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
All right, guys, we're back here Wrestling on the Spectrum. Worlds Collide was in Vegas. A lot that happened there. Dominic Mysterio beat El Hijo del Vikingo by pinfall to win the AAA Mega Championship. We were absolutely right on the show. The jetpack has been strapped on Dominic Mysterio's back. Now he's a double champion. The Intercontinental Champion has got the AAA Mega Championship belt. Many WWE wrestlers were featured on this show. Natalia defeated Fabi Apache by pinfall. She's now the number 1 contender for the AAA Women's Championship. And, of course, we had a mixed tag team match of Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana versus the Judgment Day of Finn Balor, Roxanne Perez. A little bit of a comedy match.
A little bit. I mean, that was a massive comedy match. Yeah.
I mean, if you like comedy and wrestling, that might have been the match for you. But then you have Pagano and Psycho Clown retaining their AAA World Tag Team Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tag team. Grayson Waller and Kofi Kingston.
I don't understand this.
I don't understand that.
Fallen to. Grayson Waller is terrible.
But I don't understand why is he
so bad.
Why is he even involved in the New Day? I know you're trying to find something for him to do, but the booking decision here doesn't make sense, especially after the heel turn of the New Day. Like I think they had something there, and then all of a sudden they break up A-Town Down Under, and then all of a sudden Grayson Waller is like thrown in the mix, and it's like you're taking a wet paper towel and you throw it against the wall and you go, I hope that sticks.
The New Day.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand it at all.
Run its course, guys. I'm sorry. If we had to put Grayson Waller as the third man in the group, I think it's run its course, guys. I got to be completely honest here. Grayson Waller's terrible. The faster he can get out of WWE, the better. He's just the worst. So my question to you is, obviously, the New Day is in just absolute disarray right now. Is Big E going to wrestle again or no? I don't know. And to be honest, don't have him even back in the New Day, to be honest. Just have Xavier Woods turn on Kofi Kingston, get Kofi Kingston to be a babyface again, have Xavier Woods turn on him, and they could have a feud, because this New Day thing, I'm sorry, guys, this has run its course. The Bootios and the cereal and
that
the
worked for that time,
and the pancakes.
Yeah, worked for that time. Doesn't work now.
No.
But my question to you is this: do you think that it would be, at least on the comedy side of things, good booking if Xavier Woods turns on Kofi Kingston and then goes on the recruiting tour, and then everybody's like, no, man, and we just get that version of the New Day of him trying to recruit all these different wrestlers?
Just end it completely.
Just end it. Just done with it.
It should be a brutalizing. Kofi and Xavier have a match on paper. Xavier just beats him mercilessly. Like Xavier should just, and Xavier Kofi might even put Xavier over. Just end this. Like, the New Day has run its course, guys. I'm sorry. The New Day is not new anymore. It's run its course.
Yeah, I want to know your opinion on the Dominic Mysterio winning this belt. Like, my number one question is, and I think it's great that he is now a double champion. I love the fact that he's the face of AAA. Yeah. It's got me at least interested into tuning into AAA and seeing what's happening. But where does this timeline and this universe live? Is this on the same? Is this the main version of, like, WWE? Will they bleed into each other?
I think so.
So you're going to see Dominic Mysterio on WWE TV with both belts, and is it going to translate? Like, is he going to be showcasing this belt?
I think so.
Yeah. I think so too. I definitely think so too. Somebody in the chat room asking, do you think we will ever see a Charlotte Flair, Tessa Blanchard match?
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
No.
I think that there's a shot. There's a shot
of it. I don't think it'll happen.
What do you think about Charlotte Flair's current character right now with Alexa Bliss?
Is floundering, and they're just trying to find something for her to do, so they are putting her with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the comedy angle here, because they're doing all these fun videos, and it's we can already see the fact that there is going to be some sort of breakup between them two, leading to a singles match, and I think that's great. And I think this is a great opportunity for us to kind of transition into talking about something that's huge, the first ESPN PLE, which, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, silly name, but Wrestlepalooza. We're talking Wrestlepalooza, and this is a huge deal because this will be the first thing that's on ESPN. You're going to see highlights on SportsCenter. You're going to see commercials on ESPN, which is wild. So run us down the announced matches thus far for Wrestlepalooza.
Very exciting card. I'm looking forward to the show a lot. Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer for the vacant Women's Raw Championship. The Usos, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso versus The Vision, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch in a mixed tag team match.
Mhm.
And of course, we have John Cena and Brock Lesnar in a singles match. And of course, for the undisputed WWE Championship, we have Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, folks.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the Io Sky and Bakura match, that's kind of, we've been expecting this. That's probably the match that we've been looking for the longest. So we don't have to really break into that. But I'm interested to get your take, Brody. Is Jey Uso turning heel in front of our very eyes?
I don't know who's turning heel or what, but he speared LA Knight on Raw. Things are getting interesting with Jey. Maybe he turns heel and goes up against Roman, like you said, the baby face, and now Jey Uso's the heel, Nat flying in Roman's ear. Maybe he's going to be feuding with Roman down the line. I don't know, but Jey spearing LA Knight and they booed. We'll see if Jey Uso's turning heel. This is going to be very interesting. And of course, recently announced Cody Rhodes is defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre. They felt like it was important to have the WWE Undisputed Champion and have an Undisputed Championship match on the first ESPN PLE. So we're going to have this match. And I think Ryan's right. Like, I don't know if Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre is feeling like a main event match like it should be. I think it's maybe lacking a little bit of the ambiance, and I do think maybe it's just maybe Drew doesn't have a lot of steam. It feels like the engine doesn't have a lot of steam.
I think the reason being is because there's been very little buildup. I mean, it was just what happened on SmackDown.
Yeah,
like that's kind of where we got the entire, story build from. It's not like there was this, I mean, of course they've had their issues in the past and, they've been getting involved and all this stuff, but like at the same time, it's kind of just thrown together. And I think the reason being is because, like you said, they want the championship belt defended on the first ESPN, PLE.
It feels inserted. It feels like it was inserted into the show. Like Cena, Brock. Oh wait, there's an undisputed championship match. So we're trying to get everybody to care about, but everybody really cares about Cena and Brock. And that's the thing.
Well, my question to you guys is, do we feel with the PLEs now going to be on ESPN that does ESPN have influence on some of the matches that we're going to see? Yes. I do too. I think that for these PLEs, they're going to have final say as far as we want to see this belt defended, or we want to see these two competitors go head to head.
Oh, absolutely.
I think overall WWE, we're seeing a lot of like outside influence on the match card that people aren't just talking about.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I agree.
I agree with that.
Sam is in the chat room just asking questions like crazy, Brody. Who do you think signs Nikki Blackheart?
AEW or WWE? Oh, that's actually a good question. I maybe WWE. We will see where she ends up. Could be AEW. I don't know. But
where do you think she performs the strongest in? Let's say you get to make the decision.
NXT, I think, would be the best because I think that's where I think WWE is a great place to develop, and I think NXT is a really good developmental. Shawn Michaels being the head writer there, a lot of great ways to develop, and I think it'll be great. Same thing, Stephanie Vaquera and Julia, and we've seen it recently. And of course, with Blake Monroe, Mariah May going there, and Jordan Grace, I think she'll be right in line with a lot of those competitors as well.
Now, do you agree with the fact that they have very poorly booked Julia?
Yes,
very poorly booked.
I mean, they got her with the manager, and they gave her a belt.
They gave her a belt, but then did what with it? Like, again, and that's the problem that I think where we get too many belts is that you lose them. And like, if I would have said to you, who holds this title right now? You have to think about it. Yep. Whereas 10 years ago, you knew right off the top of your head who held all the belts. Now I sit there and I go, okay, first off, I don't even know. Is there 4 tag team championship belts? I mean, it's crazy how many belts are being represented now. But I know a lot of people, and I think probably the biggest story with, what do you think is the biggest match? Cena and Lesnar, or do you think it's the mixed tag match?
I think it's Cena Lesnar, quite frankly. I think for fans of my age group, which I would say the generation born between 1990 and 2005, or that age range, not a generation, but that age range. This is like the two biggest competitors of our youth.
Absolutely.
Put Randy Orton in there, and it's nostalgia. Like, oh my God, we are legitimately excited to see Cena face Lesnar one last time. And I think that means something to the fans. And I think that's why they care about it. This is the meaningful match. I don't like here's the thing. I don't even think Cody, I guess, has to be on the show in a match. It just feels like if the title was in the match, it would have had a lot more meaning. But now that the belt is not in the match, it doesn't have as much ambiance, particularly.
Oh, you're saying if Cena still had the belt.
If Cena still had the belt, it would have meant more. because I think Lesnar being a threat to Cena and the belt, I think would have given it more ambiance, because we wouldn't have had what we had on SmackDown with R-Truth, and they didn't even have the belt was on
Which,
the
by
line.
the way, what is that promo? I mean, I get it and I understand it, and you made a big deal.
Cena?
You made a big deal of R-Truth getting released and then coming back, and you made this huge thing, and then they went, oh, this isn't what we really want to do, and now they're putting him, and I get it from the comedy aspect. Again, I understand all that, but that promo did nothing for this match. It did nothing. And the question that I have for both of you guys is, does Lesnar win this match? Because I don't think Cena's on his way out. So if you have John Cena go over on Brock Lesnar, and then a couple months down the road, Cena's gone. He's out the door. Yeah. Lesnar's still in the WWE. Does this hurt him if Cena gets the win on him?
If they're creative enough, they'll have the Vision involved somehow.
Exactly.
If you could do something with the Vision where it gives Cena, like if you give Cena to be mad at Breakker, so Cena and Breakker can go after each other, but yet Heyman and Lesnar are feuding with each other. It's built in, concrete and stone. You don't have to do this. It's already written in story for you. Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar were together for so long. When they feud against each other, it's a story that people know and they can get invested in. And that's why the Vision being involved somehow, I know everyone's like, oh, the Vision's on every match on the pay-per-view. That's how good Paul Heyman is.
I agree with you.
Paul Heyman is a genius. He's always involved in the right matches and makes sure that his guys are always on the mind. And that's what a wrestling manager and that's what storytelling is. Keeping wrestlers fresh and keeping it on the mind. It's us thinking about them and what they could be doing is what makes a good stable work. You always wondered who's going to join the NWO. What's the NWO going to be doing?
Oh, well,
next?
I think you could have joined the NWO at the point that
I mean, I'm just saying, when you
Disco Inferno, you're in.
Yeah, that's the power of a good faction is what are they going to do next? That's what AEW doesn't do. I don't ever wonder on a show what the Don Callis family is going to do next, and I don't think about the plans of the Don Callis family. I know they're going to be involved, they're going to be on the card.
Yeah,
but you legitimately, it's what they're going to do next. It's a group and a faction has to have a key word that's intrigue, and if they don't have intrigue, you don't care about them. And a lot of them have too many members because that's what they think creates intrigue. They don't have to add any members to the Vision.
No, not at all. They're solid.
Not any members, but we care about every single member of the Vision.
We do. And I think this might be a good opportunity to introduce Brock Lesnar into the championship picture title, or title picture, by having Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins get involved. Like you said, he immediately gets right into the picture then.
Yes.
And then you have somewhere to build off of that based on, even if Lesnar does take the loss, and he's looking at lights at the end of this, if Seth Rollins is involved, you've now built and started that story.
I agree. You can have Lesnar beat Bronson Reed at the Rumble and have Lesnar put over Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. That could be WrestleMania main event.
I love that. I would definitely tune into that.
I think we all would.
That was my question. Do you think that the Vision, as in Seth Rollins, is going to show up, or do you think the Bronze are going to show up?
I don't know.
Personally, I would rather see the Bronze show up and then maybe
the Bronze are on the card already though. They're already going to be there. Seth Rollins isn't,
and they should beat the Usos.
I mean, he's in the mix tag. So I think Seth Rollins has a better opportunity because I think that Usos bronze match, as you call them. And speaking of that, it works because Braun Breaker is pretty much bronze right now. I mean, I don't understand why they make that man so orange when he goes to the ring. He's not like that in real life, everybody. But I think that match is going to be very physical. I think that is going to be a very physical match. Now, Brody, this gives us the perfect opportunity to then transition into the match that I think a lot of people are talking about, and that is that mixed tag match between CM Punk and AJ Lee and Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. This is going to be entertaining, guys.
This is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to this. Just AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, they made me care about it so much. We just want to see them fight. We feel like these people actually don't like each other. And that's what's great about CM Punk. He's such a, colorful, personality to where it's that phrase of, does he rub on people the wrong way? Does he rub off the wrong way? He doesn't get along with everybody. He's kind of that guy where he loves building the feuds and the tension with his opponents like Drew McIntyre. We're seeing it now with Seth Rollins. He's great at building up feuds.
Yep.
AJ Lee coming back makes it all the better. It's real. They're all actually married to each other. So it's not like this ridiculous wrestling couple put on. It's a mixed tag that makes sense. It's real. Everybody's actually married. They really don't like each other, it seems like. And I'm excited to see him go after it. Great way to bring AJ Lee back into the fold in
Fantastic
WWE.
way.
It
Wonderful
automatically makes her a star.
And by the way, She looks
Great.
incredible.
Incredible shape.
It's unbelievable. She was in that ring, and I'm just looking at her going, you have not missed a beat. You have come back looking stronger than you did 10 years ago. So it's pretty impressive. Now, speaking of the Vision, and if I think this will be one of those matches where there will be no interference from the Vision. No. I don't believe so. But like you said, there's a possibility for the Cena and Lesnar match for there to be, some sort of interference even in their tag match.
Yep.
And I agree with Ryan here. And I think this is a very, very, very good point. Every group since the NWO has tried to mimic the NWO.
Yes.
And you can't do that because it was such a significant change in the wrestling dynamic that there is no way to mimic that.
An example of this is the Death Riders. What are they trying to say? Do we have any idea what their motives really are?
No,
just around making AEW worse.
And that is exactly what the NWO eventually did. Was, again, the NWO when they first came in was great. And everybody was like, whoa, you cannot mess with them. And then all of a sudden it turned into, okay, like, I get that they're trying to be this rebel faction and go against WCW, but like, how do they keep entering the building? How do they keep getting all this stuff? And it just gets confusing and colluded. But with this match with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee and CM Punk, like you mentioned, Brody, this is real life. These two are both married. And as we know from the past, looking at, when Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton had their match, and there was some real life stuff in that match. It translates well in promoting the match, leading up to the match, and the match itself, correct?
Yes.
And I think this is one of those matches that definitely has the potential to do that. What do you think we're going to see from AJ Lee when she returns into the ring in an official capacity? I think
it's going to be incredible, and I think you put her over really strong. They get a big win. It's going to be an incredible moment to see those two win the match, embrace, get a hug. It will be phenomenal. And AJ Lee and Becky Lynch for that Intercontinental Championship is now a money match.
I agree.
That's my opinion. It's a money match. Now, the belt means something again.
I just want to say that Becky Lynch has made the Intercontinental just perfect for the women.
Yeah, and we were worried. Remember, we were worried.
Gosh, I was like, God, they're going to put the belt on Nikki Bella.
Yeah, we were very worried.
I did not want it on Nikki Bella.
God, thank goodness.
The way she just is a heel and she just says, like, I'm the greatest female wrestler of all time. Like, listen to Sports Illustrated. I love it.
Becky Lynch is a fantastic heel and she's a fantastic babyface. She is, I think, one of the few that no matter which side of the fence she is on, you believe her.
Absolutely.
And I think this has the potential to be a very, very strong event. Now, Brody, how do I watch? Well, before we get to that, how do I watch this?
You're going to watch it on ESPN Plus for Wrestlepalooza and AEW All Out. You can get on Amazon Prime. HBO is doing it. So if you got Amazon Prime and ESPN Plus, you can watch both of these pay-per-views or PLEs. It's going to interchange. Know that pay-per-views and PLEs basically mean the same thing. It's just different companies giving them different names.
So I have to so if I don't have ESPN Plus, I just got regular TV. I've got all the apps. I got all that stuff. I have to get ESPN Plus to watch this.
Yes, you do.
Okay, cool. Before we get into this game, WWE did make a very important announcement yesterday. Okay. Did have some controversy. We now know where WrestleMania 43 will be. Brody, walk us through that.
It'll be in Saudi Arabia. The Royal Rumble in 2026 is going to be in Saudi Arabia. Saudi professional wrestling is probably one of the most popular sports in all of Saudi Arabia, and the relationship between them and WWE is only grown. And they're having WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be a spectacle, to say the least.
Oh, it's going to be.
The relationship is going to be strong. I really do. I think that we will have a Survivor Series in the SummerSlam in Saudi Arabia, without a doubt. And we may see a lot of PLEs there. There are going to be a lot of PLEs in Saudi Arabia, guys. That relationship is only growing, and WrestleMania and them announcing it yesterday only proves it. Absolutely.
All right. So, Brody, are you ready to see if we can beat the brain today?
Yes.
All right. So last week, okay, what we did was it was college football was getting underway. Yep. We decided to give Brody a test on. I named kind of where the professional wrestler went to college, and then Brody embarrassed me and gave me every answer within seconds. Yesterday, I celebrated my 40th birthday.
All right.
And this popped into my head. How many WWE and AEW and TNA wrestlers are over the age of 40?
A lot.
Okay, so I'm going to name a wrestler, and I want you don't have to tell me their specific age. Like that's, if you know it, then blow me out of the water.
Okay.
But all I need you to do is tell me if they are over 40 or under 40. Okay. All right, we're going to start off. And Ryan, please feel free to chime in. If you need Ryan's help, he could be your lifeline.
I don't think he's gonna need my help.
We'll see.
Roman Reigns,
I would say under 40 slightly.
39 years old.
Under 40 slightly.
39
okay,
years
good,
old.
Very good. Okay.
Cody Rhodes,
Under 40.
39.
Okay.
Seth freaking Rollins,
Ooh. Is he under 40 still, or did he just creep to the 40th?
38. We're 3 for 3,
We're
folks.
3 for 3. Okay.
Kevin Owens.
I gotta say he's right at 40 or over 40.
The guy just turned 40. Like,
Guys,
I mean,
he's right at 40. Okay.
I think he might be right at 40. Oh, I think he might be 100% correct.
Yeah.
Okay, Becky Lynch.
Under 40.
Yep, she's 37.
Yeah.
What about John Moxley?
John Moxley is under 40.
38.
Yeah, he's under 40.
Ryan, I'm going to go to you on this one. AJ Styles.
He's over 40.
He is. He is 47.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn.
Is he under 40?
39.
Yeah, he's under 40.
39. Drew McIntyre.
Okay. Right under 40, I would say.
39. God,
Okay.
man, I mean,
Right.
like, I think he's maybe right under 40. What about Randy Orton?
Over 40.
Yeah.
Yep, 44. Yep, Randy's over 44.
40.
Okay, we talked about him a lot today. The Miz.
Over 40.
Yep, 43.
Yep.
What about Mercedes Moné?
Under 40.
Yep, 32. Here's an easy one. MJF.
Under 40, under 30, I think.
28. Yep.
Yeah, under 30.
I mean,
Oh, he's
man,
gonna be a legend, man.
I mean,
yeah.
I know. I look at that too, and I look at this list, and like they pulled, obviously, I pulled the biggest names, and MJF is on this list at 28. Everybody else, I mean, there's nobody within 6 years of him as far as the ages on this list. Here's another easy one: Sheamus.
Over 40.
Yep, he's 46.
Yeah.
Finn Balor.
Right at 40? Is right? Is he a little over 40 now?
42.
He's a little over
We're gonna
40.
give it to you.
Okay, right at
42.
40, over 40. Okay.
Oh no, here's another young one. Rhea Ripley. I mean, this is easy.
Under 40.
Yeah, 27. What about Nakamura? We haven't seen him.
Over
really.
40 by a mile.
Yeah, 44.
Oh, gosh.
What are your thoughts on Nakamura?
Oh, God, he wrestles like it too. God bless him. God bless him. He wrestles like it too.
He does.
Oh,
he
man,
does.
he does.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Gunther.
Under 40.
Yep, 36. Brian Danielson.
Over 40.
Over 40.
Mhm.
And finally, Kenny Omega.
A little under 40, I think.
It
Or is
took
he
to-
over 40?
I don't know what's your final answer.
A little under 40, I would say.
Man, you win 100% except for Kenny Omega, who is exactly 40 years old.
Jiminy Christmas, he just
Hey.
turned 40.
Hey, success, man.
Hey.
Listen, I cannot beat the brain. The brain stands tall. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Brody. Now, I don't have a whole lot of details on this, but I know you do. There's a comedy show that's coming to town that has a wrestling theme. And I
Yeah.
know that you guys were talking about going to this show. I know, am I wrong when I say Colt Cabana is going to be there? Is that correct? Colt Cabana is going to be at this comedy show. I know it's in with Pro Wrestling Tees. Like, I know Pro Wrestling Tees is putting this on, and the details are coming out. I know it's in conjunction with Wrestle Dream and everything coming to town.
And I have the information here. You can go. I have it. I believe it's going to be at, what is it? The Fox? What is it called? It's at some club with the name Fox in it.
Oh, is that the Fox Theater?
No, not at the Fox Theater. It's right by, I don't know, but we know we're gonna
Oh,
find
the
it.
Crack Fox. Oh, okay, yeah. That's
yeah.
By the way, the Crack Fox is a really cool place to see like a show like this. That's super unique. I mean, it is really, really cool. And I know that there's a whole bunch of folks that are going to be there, including Colt Cabana, RJ City. I know Tony Schiavone's going to be there. Jeff Jarrett, who has been on this show. So I know tickets remain. But that's going to be a great show, man. That's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and that happens on Friday, October 17th.
Friday, October 17th,
Yep.
one day before the pay-per-view, it will be there. And it is at the Crack Fox. That is right on. It's going to be Colt Cabana. It's going to be at the Crack Fox Friday, October 17th, 7 p.m. Tony Schiavone, Jeff Jarrett will be there. Harley Cameron, Colt Cabana, of course, headlining with RJ City. And, of course, AEW Wrestle Dream will be in St. Louis at the Chaffetz Arena, home of the Billikens, October 18th. And, of course, next week on Wrestling on the Spectrum, we're going to give our official preview and predictions for Wrestlepalooza and AEW All Out. It is going to be incredible show next week. Absolutely packed, featuring both wrestling promotions. Both are going to have shows on September 20th. That's why you listen to Wrestling on the Spectrum. We're going to preview it all for you here right on the show.
Absolutely. And again, if you guys want to get involved, you can check out the podcast. It'll be up there here shortly. Thank you guys for listening. Ryan, thank you for joining us, man. You're going to have to do this again, brother. We love it, man.
No problem.
Flying Ryan Swingler, everybody.
I just wanted to let you guys know I am now the Saturday guy.
Yes. Okay. Ryan's here full time. I love it, baby. Get all the information. And of course, watch the show. You can go back and watch it on YouTube. You can find it all live and on demand at luinfo.com. This is Wrestling on the Spectrum on the Lou Information Station.
What are you so happy about?
I'm on the pill.
Aren't you two a bit old to worry about having more kids?
Not her, me.
You lost me there, buddy.
Steelman pills. Things weren't always looking up, if you catch my drift. So my doctor prescribed me a little something.
Like Viagra?
Yeah, but that's expensive, and it wasn't covered by my insurance. Steelman pills cost me less than $3 a pill, and virtually the same effect. I just called and got over 40 pills for only $99.
I have this friend who might be looking and...
Well, if your friend wants some help, the consultation is free over the phone. No clinic. Steelman Pills sends it in the